It's a new email scam that may be in your inbox. High-tech thieves preying on your emotions, hoping you fall for it, and even members of our Local 4 team are being targeted.
Now I'm starting to question the legitimacy of it. But the fact that they know my address and spelled my name correctly, there was still a little bit of concern.
Well, Ashley Barrissey wasn't the only one targeted in this case. It also happened to me. And the email makes you believe you've done something wrong, Karen.
This is really frightening. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester joins us right now in studio. Hank, it sounds like the scam is really making the rounds.
Yeah, Karen DeMont, it certainly is. In fact, grab your cell phones at home. In a moment, you'll have a QR code you can scan with more information to protect yourself and your family members. Now, take a look. This is the email that's been making its way around and emailed into either your social media accounts or your own email account. Now, take a look. In these emails, you may also notice right here a satellite photo or a Google image of a house. It may not even be your own home, but as you'll see, it's enough to scare a lot of people.
It shows up in your inbox, an email that appears personal, and that's the goal. Our own Ashley Barrissey received the email.
Well, at first, I was just kind of struck that my name was spelled correctly and my home address was on there. And then I started reading threatening words. And the first thing that came to mind is, oh my gosh, the safety of my kids.
As she read on, she knew something seemed suspicious.
Well, the activities that they're threatening me of don't really line up to what my day-to-day is, chasing after two little kids. And then there was a picture of my house at the bottom of the letter.
The thieves demanding Bitcoin payment because they allegedly had proof that she'd committed a crime or she'd been caught doing something embarrassing. And it allegedly happened inside her own home. Take a look. The thieves attaching a photo of a house, but in this case, the wrong home.
It was one of my neighbor's homes, and so then I'm like, okay, well, they're not right outside my home. They're probably using a Google image or something like that.
The scam is growing. I've personally heard from at least 5 different people today alone who've been targeted. Keep this in mind. If you're being told to pay via PayPal, Zelle, or Bitcoin, it's likely a scam. Look out for threats that are being made to you or your family. And also check for spelling errors and poor grammar. You should also contact police if you've been targeted. The move now to include an image or a satellite photo of a home, security experts say it's just the next step to keep these scams evolving.
This email in particular is a modern take on an old scammer favorite.
All right, so I mentioned that QR code. You see it there on the screen. You can click on that right now. You can also head over to clickondetroit.com. I have an in-depth interview with Ashley, much more information about exactly what happened here, what's been happening to other people. We hope that you'll share it with family and friends to keep you safe. And DeMont, you also received this email, as you mentioned, over the weekend. Was the information like Ashley's pretty accurate, other than the image of a home or an apartment?
Yeah, pretty accurate. It had my name, my address, even also had my phone number, and it had a picture of my community. Not my exact house, but my community. You could tell it was a GPS or satellite image. Strikingly similar to that. And the only interesting thing is that, reading it, it catches your attention, but then you start to see the threats, and it makes you think, okay, is this one of those malware type things that if I open it or dig a little deeper or immediately delete it, it's going to put some kind of virus on my phone too? So all those questions came to mind, but your work also made me be a little savvy. I screenshot and also ask some questions just to find out exactly if this was going to be legit or not. But that Bitcoin thing was one that threw me off. $2,000 is what they were asking for. But it's the threats. They know where you live.
The invasion of privacy, right? Like that shot of your house or in your neighborhood. It's just
and that's what, for Ashley, there was that moment where she thought, is this real? And are my kids okay? So again, it's just an opportunity to remind people you have to be safe. You have to take a moment to digest that information just like you did. So good job, DeMont. You did good.
You pay attention to him.
What can I say?